Ralph J. Archuleta is Professor Emeritus and Research Professor in the Department of Earth Science at the University of California, Santa Barbara, better known as UCSB. He and his wife, Lucy, have 2 children, Jeremy Archuleta, with wife Kim, and Christine, husband Ben, with daughter Amelia Banderas. He is the son of Ralph and Mabel Archuleta, both deceased. He has 2 brothers, Michael, from New Jersey, and Robert, who lives in Utah, and had 5 wonderful sisters, Carolyn, Catherine, Louise, Gloria, and Lori, all deceased. Archuleta grew up in Reliance, where he attended elementary school. He continued at Rock Springs Junior High and then Rock Springs High School, graduating salutatorian in 1965. He went to Western Wyoming Community College for 1 year. While at WWCC, he worked full-time as a reporter and photographer for the Rock Springs Daily Rocket Miner. He transferred to the University of Wyoming and graduated in physics in 1969. At UW, he was elected into Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, and named the Phi Beta Kappa Outstanding Student, graduating first in the College of Arts and Sciences. He was also named a Woodrow Wilson Fellow in 1969, one of 1,006 awarded nationwide in '69. After graduating from UW, Archuleta enrolled at the University of California, San Diego, UCSD, to pursue advanced degree in physics. He took a master's in science in physics in 1971 and then worked for a computer company until 1973. In 1972, he entered the PhD program in Earth Sciences at the Institute of Geophysics and Planetary Physics, Scripps Institution of Oceanography, UCSD. He obtained his PhD in 1976. After 1 year of postdoctoral research, he earned a prestigious National Research Council fellowship to the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, in Menlo Park, California. In 1978, he became a geophysicist at the USGS. He left the USGS in 1984 to become associate professor at the UCSB. He served as chair of the Department of Earth Science from 2008 through 2011. In 2014, he became professor emeritus and research professor at UCSB. He continues an active research program at UCSB. Archuleta is a seismologist. His primary research interest is understanding the earthquake source process and the generation of strong ground motion. To understand the relationship between the earthquake and the eventual shaking, he and his colleagues have developed numerical codes to simulate earthquake ruptures and wave propagation, deployed field instruments in boreholes to measure the effects of near-surface geology, and analyzed the data from dozens of damaging earthquakes. He has published more than 120 papers. Archuleta has been a visiting professor at the University of Canterbury in New Zealand, the University of Tokyo, Japan, Université Joseph Fourier, France, and the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, better known as ETH, in Switzerland. He has earned several major awards. 2008 Harry Fielding Reed Medal, the highest honor of the Seismological Society of America. 2011 Fellow of the American Geophysical Union, awarded to the first 10% of the membership. Commemorative Medal, 100 Years of Seismology in Slovakia from the Slovak Academy of Sciences. He was also named a University of Wyoming Distinguished Alumnus in 2003 and the first recipient of the Western Wyoming Community College Distinguished Alumni in 2004. Archuleta has extensive professional service. He is currently the chair of the Scientific Earthquake Studies Advisory Committee for the USGS Earthquake Hazards Program. He has served as chair of the National Committee for the USGS Advanced National Seismic System. Archuleta is a former president and vice president of the Seismological Society of America. He has been consultant to the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, U.S. Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, and the California Division of Safety of Dams.
When the telephone call, I almost didn't answer because it came on my cell phone, but then I recognized the area code and I thought, no, that's probably not a scam, but it could be about, I've got relatives who live here, and I thought, well, maybe it's something about them. And when I got the information, I was actually very excited, very thrilled. High school is something very personal. I've had other awards and the like, but when it comes to high school, it's something that you remember really well because it's a time of your life when everything's very intense, everything's magnified and the like. And so, in Rock Springs High School, it's where you got your start, where at least where I got my start. You get through elementary school, prepares you, junior high, but it's really high school that basically sort of gives you your very first, defined step. And it made a huge difference. So I was very excited. And to be in the inaugural class, it was even more so. When we think of Hall of Fame, of course, we think of football, we think of baseball, basketball, things like this. And you don't think of a high school Hall of Fame necessarily. And it's fun. And I'm really honored by the other honorees. Mr. Veras was in fact the basketball coach, my algebra teacher when I was a freshman and junior. I was the trainer for his basketball teams for 4 years. So I thought that was really fun. In other words, and the other names like Bud Nelson, Bud and Spiro and I are all from Reliance. We actually lived in Lower Camp or Sand Camp. And so to me, when I looked at it, I said, wow, this is going to be a lot of fun. And so, I was excited and my family was excited. And there's a certain thrill to it all. So, and it's fun. It's like a throwback. It's, you're going back, I'm going back 50 years. So